My name is Tanisha Duggar. On the night of March 31st, 2009, Mary Cooey was driving home from a funeral. Mary went to the funeral to support her friend who had just lost his brother in a car accident. Mary was the type of person to help anyone at any time. Mary was about 2 miles from her home, where she lived with her fiancé Tony. Mary lived in the mountains of North Carolina. The roads to her house were twisty, single-lane roads each way and had a huge drop on each side. Mary drove up the curvy road, and when she went around the last curve, there was finally a straightaway. Another vehicle was coming towards her, but in the opposite direction. The other vehicle was a double-cab truck. The truck failed to stay in its lane and went head-on into Mary's car. The truck hit Mary's car in the front driver's side door area and drove over Mary's little Pontiac Sunfire. Mary was instantly killed. Mary was only 28 years old and was ready to live her life with her fiancé. Mary was a daughter, sister, aunt, cousin, co-worker, and fiancé. Mary was a friend to many, and even more significantly to me, because she was my best friend. This is a picture of Mary and me when we were at the beach. It was probably about 9 years ago. Another picture where we were at McDonald's. Another picture from when we just had fun randomly. Have you ever lost someone close to you because of something that was so avoidable? Have you ever needed to tell that person something and they were not there to listen to it? Have you ever felt so mad that your best friend was killed by a drunk driver and the drunk driver was alive and walking around? Well, I have. This topic is so important to me because many of us want to drink and have fun. What we fail to realize is that it's alright to drink and have fun. The problem is when we drink and get behind the wheel of a vehicle. The consequences of drinking and driving are that they cause accidents and kill people. Some other consequences of drinking and driving are legal issues and the psychological effect it causes on the people the incident touches. Seriously, this epidemic is becoming a plague. Drinking and driving causes a large amount of deaths per year. Every 45 minutes, someone is killed by a drunk driver-related accident. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 11,773 people died in 2008 from a drunk driver-related accident. I think that people fail to realize how drinking alcoholic beverages and driving are not a good combination. Alcohol is ethanol, which is a sedative. When alcohol is consumed, it's absorbed into a person's bloodstream. From there, it affects the central nervous system, the brain and the spinal cord, which controls virtually all body functions. Alcohol actually blocks some of the messages trying to get to the brain. This alters a person's perception, emotion, movement, vision, and hearing. This can cause difficulty walking, you get blurred vision, slurred speech, you react slower, you have impaired memory and blackouts, mental confusion, paralysis of the nerves that move the eyes, difficulty with muscle coordination, persistent learning and memory problems, liver disease, unintentional injuries, and HIV risk due to impaired judgment. With all that being said, I don't understand how one would think that they would be alright to get behind the wheel of a car and drive well. In addition, people that drink and drive and get caught will be arrested. The drunk driver will just immediately lose his driver's license because it will be suspended. The drunk driver will be given a bond and be able to bond out of jail. However, that's just the beginning of all the legal problems. The criminal procedures are that the drunk driver would have to go to court probably multiple times depending on how soon they can dissolve the case, and then he'll finally find out how much time he's going to have to serve in jail. The drunk driver may have to pay fines, have a suspended license, and probably be on probation. The drunk driver's insurance company will have to pay for all losses and damages for car accidents. The car insurance company is probably going to make them pay more for their insurance. The victim or the victim's family may civilly sue the drunk driver for damages caused by him. It's just not even worth it. Lastly, it's easy to say get over it. And it's been a while since the death of your loved one. But the truth is, it's going to take a while. It's going to hurt for a while. The accident will always affect the people it touched. The people who lost their loved one will mourn over the death for a while. And the person who made that mistake by drinking and driving on that tragic day will mourn over the person he never knew and the pain he caused for himself and others. All of the parties involved will be depressed for similar reasons but can't seem to come together. The people mourning over their loved one will be angry towards the person who caused the accident, and the person who caused the accident will probably be angry with himself. Everyone will be confused and wonder why this meaningless event had to happen and why it had to happen to them. In closing, please do not drink and drive. And if you do drink, be responsible. Please call a friend or a cab to provide a ride home for you. Because if a drunk driver gets in a car accident on his way home, the person he may hit might be someone's father, mother, son, daughter, grandmother, grandfather, friend, or even you. In my final words of this speech, I hope I've persuaded you to see from my point of view of how drinking and driving causes accidents and death, legal issues, and psychological problems. The memories last forever, but the tragedy never lacks. The cars can be fixed, but the person never comes back. Thank you for your time.